Hey everyone, this is Elise. Welcome. And it's my birthday today, and I thought I did do a Google Hangout to spend some time with you. And I'm really, really excited to be with you today, and also take this opportunity to thank all of you to be part of this awesome and glorious and wonderful, amazing, extravagant, awesome, did I say awesome already? Community in the spiritual entrepreneurs. And it's been a wonderful journey with you. I started this group in January, 1st of January to be exact. I was going through some kind of transformation myself. Like every year I would do a deconstruct and ask myself if this is where I really want to go in my business and where would I want to take it. And every year, by the end of the year, I would have a new direction. And this year it seems it took longer than usual, but I was asking for a direction since October last year, because October, November, December, 2 more months, right? And then it's the end, and you kind of not want to go into the year without much thought, right? And then so I decided, no, so I asked and I tried doing so many things on my own. You know, went on personal branding and so on and so forth. And then eventually on the 1st of January, God gave me the spiritual entrepreneurs, and I started it. And, I was spiritual. I wouldn't call myself entrepreneur when I started years ago. I would definitely call myself a hobby business owner. Like I didn't really focus a lot of energy on it, but now I am a full-fledged entrepreneur. And so I started my business in 2007, my hobby business, and I had only one child, and then I was still flying, and I thought, I wanted to quit because the flying career was just too crazy, and it was just bitching and backstabbing, and I just couldn't take it, and that's when I started my spiritual journey. And then I found out I was pregnant, and I went into a depression because I wanted a business, and then the baby wasn't the right time. But never did I knew the baby was the right time, right? There is no coincidence. Everything happens in divine order. And so yeah, so now I have 3 children. I think every time I get pregnant, I start a business. And somebody asked me, do you want to have another child? No, 3 is enough, lock and sealed. Um, Till probably, I always say, if I want to have another child, then make me a millionaire. But every child is just a blessing. So I'm really thrilled to have you on the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Group, and I'm really excited to host you there as well and to get to know you. And I know the group is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just awesome and amazing how when you just follow your intuition to just start and follow instructions from God, and God just takes over. It's just it's just coming 4 months. In fact, it's just 3 months, and yet it's been such an amazing journey. And people ask me, how did I do it? You know what? I'm not wanting to sound conceited or anything. In fact, I didn't do anything initially. Yes, I did promote it. I did add friends, and now it just grows organically. So I'm happy. And there was a time, where like every day there'll be like 10, 20. Today was like maximum 30, not the maximum, but the most 30 something people wanted to join. And there was one day in particular, there were 5 people that wanted to join. And I'm like, something is not right, because usually there'll be tons, right? So I knew something was not right. So I had to go with it myself and check myself, and then it went back to normal. So I think it's just a normal thing. And since it's my birthday, it's really amazing. I remember when I was 32 or 31, I told myself 33 is the time, because Jesus died when he was 33, right? And then resurrection and that sort of thing. So I told myself 33 was the year that it's going to be my resurrection and that sort of stuff. And it did. I think 33, when I was 33, it was an amazing year. That's when I really took my business seriously, and then become more responsible for myself. And yeah, that was it. And then now at 35, don't tell anyone I'm 35, but in my mind, I'm 25 only. My daughter would ask me, how old are you? I'm 25. Are you sure? No, you're 35. No, I'm 25. So in my mind, I'm just 25. I was just telling my husband the other day, oh my God, I'll be turning 40 soon. He's like, no, don't think about it. You're still 35, you know? Oh, actually, yesterday I told my husband I'm 35. He's like, no, 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 you're still 34. So it seems like age is a huge thing for women. And I think before I turned 30, I was just so afraid, like, oh my God, I'm going to be 30 and now I'm going to be 40 soon. And I cannot tell you like how excited I am to be older and wiser. I actually think I look better now than I was like in my 20s. Not because I'm wiser, but I just think because, you know, how I feel good, how I feel about myself, you know. And you never come to a point where you stop learning and you stop loving yourself. And it's just so amazing. Like recently I found out maybe I don't love myself as much as I think I do. And so this year for me has been a lot of self-work. And much as I want to like have a soar in my career and like have major breakthroughs in my career, but I think when you allow God to when you allow God to support you in your decision and show you, because you have to surrender. But people think by surrendering it's not doing anything. No, it's not that. You know, if it's that easy, you just surrender, then there'll be so many people are successful, people are not struggling, right? So when I say surrender, what I mean is you make that decision and then you allow God to show you how it is done. You know, it may not be your way, it may not be your time, but it's always in divine timing and it always happens. God always presents itself on time. So this year it's been like April, and I just am learning how to surrender and not be attached to so many things, not be attached to money, to the fame and everything, because it can just come and go. You know, God may just say, hey, you know, it's enough, you need to learn something else, and boom. In fact, I wasn't financially independent before I turned 30. You know, I'm a mama's girl, everything mama was there, like mommy would decide for me. So I think there was some point at some point in time in my life when I was much younger, I actually said if my mom dies, I will die with her, because I don't know how to survive. I don't know how to take care of the bills. I don't know a lot of things. And I think, you know, a lot of times the soul creates situations that the human doesn't want to go through because it's too yucky. And I think my soul just did that. And so me and my mom and my sister, we had a huge fight. And so we went on our own separate ways, and that was then I had no choice but to pick myself up and to learn how to make money, because it was just so easy for me in the past just to take my hand out and all my problems would be solved. And that's not the way to live, right? And so although we are born knowing how to breathe, walk, and it's just like, you know, the sea turtles, when they lay their eggs and when the sea turtles, the baby comes out, you know, I was watching the National Geographic channel, and they say they are wired within themselves. They're wired DNA-ly to just swim to the sea as fast as possible. Unfortunately, making money, it's not wired within us like this. So you have to learn how to make money. And so since today's my birthday, I also invite you to set the intention to clear and give yourself permission to just live. You know, over the past couple of days, you know, I've been so obsessed with my, you know, my phone and my laptop and so on and so forth. Sometimes, you know, I forget to appreciate what's going on around me. And recently I stop and look around and appreciate the beauty, because that's a reminder of what God has promised us. You know, this God has created beauty around us, and therefore he doesn't create rubbish, and therefore you are not. And so you are also divinely protected by him, and sometimes we forget. And so recently I've been taking photos of the nature and stuff like this. I mean, I'm not a nature girl, but I do enjoy, you know, spending time with nature. That's the irony, right? I don't like to, I don't know, I'm just a city girl. That's the way it is. But I'm surrounded by nature. My house is, you know, surrounded by trees, and I love going for walks. So it's been amazing, and my husband's going to buy me a durian cake. And I was just telling my daughter because my daughter's birthday is on the 5th, mine's on the 10th, and 9 years ago. So she turned 5, so she turned 9 recently on the 5th of April. So I was just telling her how 9 years ago when I gave birth to her, I was celebrating my birthday during the confinement period. The one, it's just 5 days, and I had durian cake as well. I love durian. Have you tried? It's really, really yummy. So I just want to spend some time with you today to celebrate my birthday, because you are also very, very special to me. And we are connected in miraculous ways. I don't know how you found the group, but I'm sure we have some kind of soul connection somewhere. That's why you are here with us and the awesome souls in the group. But what I also want to take this opportunity to share with you is I just started another group which is called Her Spiritual Network, and I would love to give you some gifts and help you raise your profile in your business, because in Chinese there's this is this an English term, you scratch my back and I scratch your back, and in terms of business we need help as well. And roaming around is not it's not enough to help you get your name out there and to elevate your business and thrive and that sort of thing, because if it did, my visualizations would be very helpful 7 years ago. I would be the best healer in the world. But apparently, roaming alone and visualizing the white light isn't enough to serve more clients. And I feel as a business owner, it is your duty to really raise your profile and get your name out there for the people to find you. It's not the other way around. I had a very naive concept when I started Angel's Loft. I just thought, because how I looked at other people, like they have a website and I found them, so why can't it be as easy for me? So I had a website, bought the domain, it's just crazy, and overpaid in fact, but it was a lesson well spent. And still there weren't clients, so I somehow along the line, me and my partner were like, why weren't there clients? Like, we did everything right. Yeah, we got the website, we got the domain, we got the hosting and everything. Why isn't it still working? So that was when I really had to roll up my sleeves and learn features versus benefits and what it really means to start a business and take it seriously. So I know you want to take your business seriously. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, women tell me they want to be visible, they want to do this. Why are they always attracting people that cannot pay them? Well, if you are attracting people who are not willing to pay you, then it's time, brutal, honest truth, to look within yourself. Are you willing to pay other people? Are you, having this kind of money story going on within yourself? And so I started this Her Spiritual Network because I see there is a void out there. There's so many Facebook groups out there. Come on. Every day, I just am added to one Facebook group. And people are starting Facebook groups every second. And, people are part of many, 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 many Facebook groups. They don't have time to actually get to know you. And so I think one of the reasons why my Spiritual Entrepreneurs groups grew so quickly, because I actually put my time and effort to get to know the people, talk to them, and create meaningful relationships. And that's what it's all about. And of course, I'm part of so many other Facebook groups as well. And what happened is you join and then that's it. And then you're just left alone, right? So people want that connection, especially right now, because it's social media. You can post anything you want, and people are kind of like, hey, is that true? Is that not? Even though you are, sensitive, you are intuitive, but sometimes you're not sure. And most of the groups, people go in and they try to sell themselves, And here's the thing, if you constantly try to sell yourself, it's so tiring. You need people to talk about you and then have that multiplying effect, multiply effect. Okay, you get the point. So this is what it really takes. You need a tribe. And honestly, women, we need a tribe. We need a community. And we need a community that we can trust, because we came from the Kumbaya days. And during those days when a woman is exiled, then she cannot survive on her own, because the men are not there to protect her, and she cannot hunt by herself, and so on and so forth. So we are still wired in that DNA. We need a tribe that we can connect to, we can trust. And give it to us as it is. So I cannot imagine me starting, my business is not, I take credit for my business, but without the people supporting me, I don't think I'm able to go this far. And so, if you really want to recession proof your business, then you really need to think of another strategy. Sleep. Have people talk about you when you sleep. Have your invisible sales force. That's what it's all about. And a lot of local networking groups are started by men, created by men, and it's for men. And it's women just don't network like this. Women network very, very differently. And if you try to fit into the mold and network like them, you're gonna be very, very out of place, because you are a woman, you are not a man. So you're not wired like them. And when men, they can compartmentalize their emotions, so they're very I'll do this, even though their house is in a mess. But women cannot. So you need to be in that conducive environment where women are supporting one another and not trying to sell one another stuff. So this is why I created the Her Spiritual Network, and it's really to help you go global. Who doesn't want to be global? I mean, think of yourself as Marianne Williamson, like Doreen Virtue. They have global market. And of course, if you work on the egos, like, oh, I'm so great, I'm this, I'm that. But, if you really think about this, and if you're really in service, then it is really your duty to get your name as far and wide as possible so that you can serve more people, because you have a gift. And I was just talking to a lady early on, and if you're not using your gift, then why should God give it to you? And he might as well just take it away. And then what happens, right? So you have a gift, you have a talent. It is your duty to get your name out there, so that more people get to know you and you get hired. You can work with them, make a difference, and then make meaningful money. Who doesn't want that? So that's your duty. And in the spirit of giving, I actually have 2 bonuses, which is one of, you attend the LA event for free, and the other one is to have a 30-minute session with me. But I decided to throw in something else, which is have an interview with me, where I will, because you need people to talk about you. You need key people of influence to talk about you, because it's just like, imagine if Doreen Virtue or Louis Hay were to talk about you. It's like, wow, instant. I'm not saying that I'm at a level, but I do have a following, right? And you have this instant rise of profile, right? So, and if enough people talk about you, then people will be like, oh, I saw that name. I remember somebody was saying, in business, you have to be omnipresent. So, which is like, you're everywhere. They turn, it's you. And then that's when they get, you're at the top of mind. And so that's why, if you join groups, like random groups, nobody's going to be talking about you, because everybody's talking about themselves. Everybody is worried about, everybody wants to sell themselves. Everyone want to be hired, right? So you need to be part of a group that genuinely want to promote you, because at the end of the day, it's a know, like, trust factor thing. If people know, like, and trust you, they're more than willing to share their contacts with you and talk about you. And how to build recession-proof business is to dive deeper with relationships. It's not going wider with relationships. Of course, there is a truth to going wider, but once you go wide, you must go deep as well. Okay, because otherwise it's just a numbers game. It's just adding one number and the ego feels good. So that's why I actually have virtual coffee sessions with people, get to know them, understand them, where they are at, and then they remember me and I remember them, and that's when deeper connections can be fulfilled, can be done. So I invite you to go to Elise-N.com, Her Spiritual Network. I mean, there are already people joining, and so I have 20 spots and 3 have been taken. So there are 17 interview spots left. So if you are keen to be interviewed and to be raved about by your other sisters in the community, then go ahead and check us out. But otherwise, it's been such an amazing time with you. I love reading all your posts, how you are going for it, how life is, and it's really a global community. We have people from Ireland, India, China, I think Japan, mostly US. We have people from the UK, Australia, Spain, France, Singapore, Malaysia, and it's really a global community. And really, I really just made it. Last year, I wanted to grow a community. I wasn't ready, So at some point, if you think you're not ready, you think you want it, but you're not getting it. So maybe you're not ready yet. So I made an intention I want a global community. I went to the States in January, and boom, it just grew, you know. So for people who want to start a group, your intentions has to be very pure. Your intentions have to be, yeah, you want to be hired, you want to get your name out there, but you know, that cannot be the first priority. Whenever you put that as a first priority, I want to be hired, I want to be seen as an expert, then people can feel it. People, you know, they will not want to work with you, because then they, you know, people don't like to be sold to, but they like to buy. That's the strange thing, especially women. How many black shoes do we have? I don't know. How many black dresses do we have? I don't know, countless, right? But we still keep buying them. You know, like the ribbon is off, the sleeves are a little bit off, but it's still black. We buy it. How can you justify it? No, I can't justify how many black dresses I have. And I can tell you they look different, but to my husband, they all look the same. But to me, it's like, no, this is A cut, this is straight, there's sleeves, there isn't. So you just buy based on emotions. And I would love to continue to get to know more about you, and more of you, and what you do and what you're up to. And even if, you know, the Her Spiritual Network is not for you, that's fine. You know, we are still connected on the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Group, and that is so amazing. Yeah, I love seeing how you are going for it, how you start your business, because we start somewhere. And you know, the thing is, no business fail, people quit. So I want you to continue what you're doing, just go on and on and on, and you will get your gold, right? I mean, if you quit, then you failed. If you continuously do something, you will get there. You may not get there as fast as you desire, but you will eventually get there. So that was where I was at. I made that decision. I was willing to play the game, put in effort, and you will enjoy your fruits. And let me assure you, when there will never be a finish line. It's a marathon that you cannot win. It's a marathon that doesn't end. It will continue to go and 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 go. You think that, you know, once I hit 2K, I'll be done. No, when you hit 2K, like, oh, maybe I could do more. Not because you want more money, but because I could do more, I could serve more. And then you hit 5K, I'm like, wow, you know, I could do that. And then you hit 10, you're like, whoa, I can do that. And then, oh, that's the more people I'm serving more. That's how much more. So, you know, Zig Ziglar says the more, to get what you want, you need to serve more people, you help people get what they want, and in the end, you get what you want. So in, you know, even in how we do life, it's like, when I have the money, no, God's not gonna be, you know, that's not how God plays. It's like you do something and then God gives you the other step. So same thing. I've tried this so many times. Oh, I'll just wait for the money and then see what happens. No, it doesn't happen. You make that decision. You make that decision, and then you're like, it's no matter what, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. And then things start to shift for you. Everything is energy, right? And everything is about perception. You know, whether you see the world as beautiful or you see the world as poor, it's a perception. So therefore, now I am training myself to exercise. And I used to, I used to play my phone every night. And to the point where I think I put on so much weight, and I stumbled upon an article, and they said, hey, if you play with the phone at night, you will put on weight. I'm like, oh my God, that's where I put on my weight. I'm like, oh no. So it's been 4 days now. I did it before, but I couldn't resist that little me time alone in the middle of the night. But now I stopped really. I put my phone outside, I get my things done. And really, you're just telling your mind, like, if you are a CEO of your company, you're not continuously connected to your business all the time. Some things can wait. You have working hours, 9 to 5 or whatever it is, right? So I put my phone out there, get my shit done, and then I put my girls to sleep. And then it's time I talk to God. I talk to myself. And, I just woke up this morning and I just suddenly felt like saying, I love you. It's just so weird. I say, I love you to my kids. I said, my husband, but it's been a long time since I said, I love you to me. And I did that. And I felt so comfortable. It was like a little weird. And then it's weird, right? I did it a lot in the past, but I haven't been doing, a lot of it recently. And so I put my hand there and I'm like, I felt so comfortable. It's like, I just felt so supported. Maybe you should try it as well if you feel like you're not being supported. And so that was what I did for my birthday. And I really realized that my tummy went smaller and I started exercising, it was just a department where I consciously know that I don't have a lot of integrity in it. So that's part of self-love. That's why I never promise myself I'll go jogging, because I know I'll lie to myself. So, but I never say I'll go jogging. But now when I say I want to go jog, I really go jog, walk around. And, you know, I even did sit-ups before I woke up yesterday. It's just weird. Like, once you're so wired, you will want to do it. So that's what I gave myself this year, to have be more, to give myself more time, be in alignment with what I want to do. Because you have a successful business, but you're lying to yourself with how you take care of yourself. That's out of alignment as well. You know, mind, body, spirit. Your mind's healthy, your spirit is healthy, but your body's not healthy, then it's not in alignment. So this year I really want to align my body, and I'm going, you know, I started vegetarian living for the past 4 or 5 days now as well. So that's been going awesome. You know, you just listen to your body. I didn't feel like eating meat anymore, and it's not that I'm going to be vegetarian forever, but just at this period of time, I just don't feel like eating, and that's honoring my desires. So the more you honor yourself, the more, you know, things will start opening up for you. That's when I actually was stuck. The body wanted exercise, I didn't want to do it. The body wanted to eat vegetables, I didn't want to do it. So that's lying to myself. That's denying my desires, denying what I, body, really want, you know. So I started doing that, and I feel really good about myself. And, you know, law of attraction, you attract based on feeling good. And so that was what I did for myself. So, you know, since it's my birthday, and I would like to also invite you to probably readjust some of your lifestyle and see where it's not in alignment with what, because, you know, recently I had this thing going on. Like, if you want to have a result that you've never had before, then what are you willing? Of course, you got to do something that you haven't done before, right? That's the given. But what are you willing to let go of, not let go of? What are you willing to do? And what habits are you willing to change? And so, you know, lifestyle, it's a habit, you know? So that's what I think. Sleeping time is sleeping time. Sleeping time is not playing with the phone time, and that was something, it's a habit, and that's not honoring my body to allow it to rest, and so that's not self-love, right? And so those were the habits, you know, that I was willing to let go of very reluctantly, because I still enjoy mine, you know, but yeah, you just got to work it out during the day. And exercise wasn't something that I enjoy, but it's something that I need to do to take care of myself and to look 25 forever. And so, yeah, it may not be businessy all the time. It may be just a lifestyle shift, what you need to do in your lifestyle. So, all right, thank you for spending 30 minutes with me, more or less. And I would love to connect with you on the Spiritual Entrepreneurs group. And please go check out the Spiritual Network, because there are 17 slots left for me to interview, because it takes time, and for me to spread out to my, you know, social networks and all of that. And you are amazing, in case you needed to hear that, because, you know, recently my husband told me that I was amazing. I'm like, what, are you serious? No, that's not true. So women, sometimes we deny ourselves. We're so competitive. We forget that we are amazing. And so I want you to actually look at your journey and look at how far you have gone. And that's pretty darn amazing. All right. So the more grateful you are with your journey, the more you will get. So happy birthday to me. And thank you for spending this time with me. I'm going to go to my cave and do some meditation and some, you know, goals, you know, whatever. And I'm going to spend some time at the coffee shop by myself, because I value me time. All right. So thank you for spending time with me. And thank you for being part of the awesome and amazing family in the Spiritual Entrepreneurs. And I'll see you as well, hopefully, in the Her Spiritual Network. All right. So take care. Bye.